welcome to Unfiltered
I
with
do my
Roxy.
hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Welcome, friend. I'm so glad you were able to join me. My name is Roxana Feenster, and this is the Unfiltered with Roxy podcast. We are going to be talking about winter blues today versus seasonal affective disorder and all of our mindsets that go into how each of them play out in our seasons. So today's episode is for anyone who feels like they've been dragging lately, they feel lazy, they're outside of their normal routine, and how you can think differently so that you can get the best out of the winter season. And so the reason why I feel like now is when winter blues hits, because it can hit any time between November and January, but mostly people feel the difference in January is because that's after the holidays, right? That's when the phone calls stop. We don't have as much things going on. A lot of the people that we've seen and reconnected with, maybe that is done, right? We don't have to worry about all the extra things that we had on our plate, and we were just so fueled by holiday energy. So I felt like this would be the best time for us to share some tips, tools, and navigate through this winter season with our inner blueness glowing. Inner blueness. I love the color blue. So yeah, the decorations come down, messages slow down, invites stop. It gets quiet louder. And if your energy is dipped, you're not the only one, because I definitely feel that as well. This isn't a push through episode. This is a come back to yourself episode. And just so you know where I'm coming from, I'm sharing this as somebody who is a health advocate. I was a wellness coach for a little bit, a group fitness coach. I have experience with health because I also have a degree in health and wellness, and I'm working on a 4-year degree. All that to say, I love health and wellness principles. I've studied it, and it's not just coming out of nowhere. I thought that was important to lead with. This is not just me speaking off the cuff. I really believe in taking care of yourself in all seasons, and that not only are there physical seasons, there's spiritual seasons. So I think we need to really dive into some of that, because if you don't realize that you're going to be working outside of your season, which means you're going to be working harder in seasons that it's not meant to produce a lot, or you're not working as hard when it's easier to produce in a certain season. And knowing the difference means that you are actually working in your flow. During the holidays, even if you are tired or sad, not depressed, I said sad, you will still have a high level function just from all of the things that you have to do. And this doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that you're so busy that you're not even noticing that there is a different shift that's going on. It's so busy that you don't see the shift. January hits, it's colder. You don't see the sun as much. It starts getting dark at like 4:45. I'm in Maryland, so yeah, it looks nice outside now, but it's literally a block of ice on top of inches of snow. I think they said we got 11 inches this past weekend, and now I even feel down because it's like, can't walk anywhere, can't take the dogs anywhere. We're just in the house trying to be productive, but there's nowhere to get your energy out. And you're one of the things that I love about the summer is having a lot of sun, being able to have an extra 3 hours for daylight. It means a lot when you're trying to get traction for projects or just to even work out and exercise. So, this is where thinking like a Norwegian comes in handy. I was reading about seasonal defective affective disorder. And one of the things that the author had pointed out was thinking like a Norwegian. How we think about the winter season can really make a big difference in how we respond to it. It's not something to survive, it's something that we get to thrive and live in and experience. In Norway, winters are long and dark, and people don't frame it the way that we do here in America. They think less of it being something to get through, but as a season of slowness, of reset, and of coziness. So, really, sweater weather. I have a new sweater for this season because it's interesting about the research around how people in regions that don't get a lot of sun and have longer winters, they have less seasonal depression than we do. Why is that? And it may not be for what you expect. It's not because there's the sunlight. It's because their mindset is different. There's slower days, there's more rest, there's more indoor time, there's more warmth, and there's more connection, which I thought usually you think of winter. Well, I know post COVID, now I think of winter as silent but deadly, like something that you have to really protect your health. Whereas that was not necessarily how I thought of this season before. So instead of fighting winter, Norwegians build their lives around it. And to be honest, I want to shift to that kind of mindset as well. And I had to because I couldn't just have a whole season of feeling down, not being productive. So I had to do that shift just so I could still move certain projects and goals forward and that I would just feel better in. So thinking about the things that I love in winter and not thinking about things that I dread in winter is the first switch. Me loving different kind of things like sweaters. Even though it sounds funny, I actually went to TJ Maxx and got a few sweaters that I really wanted to wear, and I said, why do I only have one or two sweaters? Just because I don't like the cold doesn't mean that I can't dress in comfortable, cute sweaters for the wintertime. So that's something that I'm going to change right now. I'm going to start getting sweaters so that way I have pieces that I really love and make me feel comfortable in the wintertime. I like warm drinks. I now love tea. I have several different kinds of tea. I have mandarin orange, I have chamomile mint, I have a blueberry weight loss. So there are different things that I like to drink that are warm now, including making my own hot cocoa because I don't like sugary, syrupy, sweet drinks. Now I just make my own hot cocoa out of cocoa powder and I add vanilla and I use almond milk that has vanilla. So there's different layers that I'm experiencing and it's enjoyable. I don't usually do that in the summertime because it's already warm and I'm already hot, so that's something that is very nice to look forward to for me. And thinking like a Norwegian doesn't mean that you're going to ignore your health. It's just having a different mindset and adjusting your expectations during the season. So many of us are trying to live as if the summer is the only season that's for fun, that we forget that there's seasons, other seasons, and you can be productive and feel good in those as well. It's just a different expectation, a different mindset. And your body needs something different. You can't do the same things in the summertime, like the heavy gardening, the outdoor walking, all of those things that really do take a lot of energy. Our bodies need that winter season to slow down and reap the harvest of all the work they did during the summertime. So winter becomes a time for candles, warm drinks, and soups and music, a time for reflection, a time for meaningful conversations with people that maybe we didn't get to connect with during the summertime. Instead of asking, why am I slower? Why am I tired? Why don't I feel motivated? You can ask, what is this season inviting me to do at this time? What can I rest and put down for right now that I can pick up again in a little bit and feel refreshed and renewed? What could I tend to instead of forcing? A lot of times we all get into that where it's like, I'm just going to push through, but maybe it's not a time for push through. Maybe it's a time for resting, renewing, planning for the next step. And sometimes planning is bad because we get into just planning so much and researching so much. But there's also times where you need to do that for the next step. One of the things that I appreciate more now in my older age is my big girl grown age is counting the cost. A lot of times I would say yes and get overwhelmed because I didn't really truly plan and research to count the cost of what a new project, what a new idea is going to really cost me. Just like this nice glitter wall. I said that I was going to be able to take down the glitter wall, repaint everything, and have a fresh new office by New Year's. And that was totally nuts because as I started scraping some of it, not only was my arm tired, my shoulder was tired, I also didn't want to do that after I had finished the man cave project. So it was really silly of me to have this idea that I'm going to have the office color, the office aesthetic that I wanted in 5 seconds. I mean, not 5 seconds, but kind of 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Sometimes the shift isn't mood. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about stopping the fight with the season you're in. So, with that background in place, we can talk about the winter blues and seasonal affective disorder. So, the winter blues is very common. It could look like having low energy, not feeling like going out as much, canceling some plans, sleeping in a little more, and just feeling meh. A lot of what I'm feeling now with the winter blues, which is what made me want to share this information. Here's the key point in the winter season. You can still enjoy things, you can still function, and you can still be connected to life. Season affective disorder is different because you lose interest in many areas of your life. Seasonal affective disorder is different. There is multiple things that you're disinterested in. You are globally tired from all of the things that you would usually enjoy. Your sleep, your appetite, your energy is all decreased, and it's for 2 weeks. It's definitely more intense. It's not a mindset issue. It's a medical condition, and you have to respond to it that way. If symptoms are persistent, you have to go get help. And this is where I think I can also share my life experience. Getting help doesn't mean that you're broken or that something is wrong. I have had times where I got on antidepressants. I was spoke to a therapist. I got additional help. I talked to my family. I got the support I needed because I needed it. Just like if you were a diabetic or had high cholesterol, you would take medicine. You would do the steps you needed to do to get better and be healthy again. So I implore you to make sure that you're not just pressing through because there is light at the end of the tunnel, but you just got to go through the process to get there. You got to trust the process, go through the process and the steps and get there. And also, don't take advice from the internet. Make sure that you're going to a therapist, to your doctor to help you navigate that. And if you feel like you can't talk to your doctor about different things that you're going through, find someone else a different physician that you can talk to about the life changes you're going through. So, soft mornings and seasonal discipline. I have really been enjoying soft morning. And what that means is my 20 steps to waking up, which was my cleanup, my making sure I got on to the bike. I went outside as well and got dressed within a certain amount of time and also did my stretching. Those were the things that I was doing every day during the summer and still being able to be active at night. And it's not so much of that anymore. Now, not so much getting up at 5:30. I may still get up, but my journaling, my notes, all of that is pretty much done in my bed on my phone. I then wake up, will clean up a little bit in the kitchen and then go on to making my coffee. Maybe I'll go on the bike, maybe I'll go outside, but it's one of those things. Maybe I'll stretch and then do my meditation and get dressed. I think it's important to adjust and not be so rigid because when I was trying to be rigid, I was really being upset with myself because I was upset that I didn't do all the steps that I know usually make me feel better, but it wasn't helpful for me if me doing it was like torture and I dreaded it. I dreaded the morning. I dreaded doing the next step. It's like, it's okay if my body needed to take a break. And that was kind of hard for me because I love my Peloton, kind of, sort of. I love doing classes on it. So it was an adjustment for my brain to be like, wait, it's okay for me not to have to start heavy, hard every morning. Now, there still will be mornings, where I will go outside. I'll enjoy that walk, but it won't be the fast paced walk I was doing before with my coaching app telling me how fast I needed to go. Like now is definitely a slower process. And it's for me to get sun to feel healed, not to burn calories, to get steps in and all that. Now is more of a gentle season, a gentle time for my movement. My reflection time is definitely more. I reflect in the bed. I reflect at my desk. I'm reflecting while I'm drinking my tea. It's definitely a different season and it feels good. Like now, I know why my thoughts were racing at the beginning of the winter because I had more thoughts. I had more things that I wanted to think about, and I wasn't giving myself time to do it. So it was cluttered in my mind. It was just there stacking up. Then I would be like, oh, well, maybe I should watch a YouTube video about that. And then that was a lot. So I think just noticing the seasons that we're in, and maybe this is a season where you have been planning and you can do more, but it's probably still not at the pace that you were thinking of doing in the fall or in the summer or in the spring. So, sunlight is a nutrient. And I talk about this a little bit in a little short video that I will link in the description. But sunlight is like a nutrient. It helps us create vitamin D in our body, which, if you have gone to the doctor lately, most likely your vitamin D was down and you felt down. Why? Because vitamin D does affect our mood. Morning light works best when your eyes receive that light. That's what helps activate our production of vitamin D safely and naturally. So a short walk without sunglasses helps that production. Not every time you go outside, but at least 15 minutes. And if you have the color skin I do, which if you're listening to this medium, you will need to actually be outside and exposed to the sun more. So that is something to consider as well. If you are feeling down and you work inside a lot like I do, it could be because your vitamin D levels are low. So not only do you have to take it, you need to also go outside and be exposed to the sun. For darker skin, more sunlight is needed for vitamin D production. This isn't blame. It's not like it's a curse. It just means we have to plan accordingly. It means that that summertime sun, that's why I used to feel so good. And I didn't understand that before. But you could get the same feelings in the wintertime. How? By layering up, having your cute sweater, putting on your jacket, making sure you have your scarf, your hat to cover your ears, scarf to cover your neck so the cold doesn't go down, and a light jacket, depending on how cold it is. If it's very cold outside, like for our storm, it was 10 degrees out, felt like 3, you're going to need a heavy jacket and your gloves. And that will help you, especially when you start moving. You will feel good outside and your face will get the exposure of the sun. Put some sunblock on, and you're good to go. For my pants, I usually just have jogging pants and making sure my socks are sweat wicking socks. And usually I'm fine. I don't have to wear like thick socks for my walks outside. And I usually do a mile and a half. I am walking a little bit slower, but if I definitely do feel my mood improve. I wish I could actually go outside now, but it's dangerous with the ice. And that's one thing that we have to really make sure that we're taking account of being safe when you're walking in wintertime because it might be icy patching and just making sure you still put on your sunblock, put on your gloves, put on your jacket. That will help you to enjoy the weather outside. So, walking outside not only supports your mood and your rhythm, and you burn more calories, 34% more to be exact. So, I'm going to have that resource link in the description for this as well. Studies show people can burn about 34% more calories hiking in the cold weather, not for pressure to make you do it, but just reassurance that that is a good rev up of your engine, especially if you're trying to maintain or lose weight during the winter time. It feels a little bit harder when you're walking because your body is actually doing a little bit more work to adjust. And one thing that is great for our health and wellness practices is consistency, not necessarily intensity. So the more you're walking consistently, you're going to be that walker that is showing up for yourself and getting all of the benefits of being a walker. Music, dance, and joy. So one of the things that I really have been using as medicine is music, different kind of music, not just mindfulness, lo-fi music that I actually do enjoy a lot. I have different channels that I watch. One is an aquarium that has mindful music. One is um, a spiritual hymns. It's a mindful hymns that you can be praying over and meditating. And I really enjoy that because a lot of times the scriptures are scrolling as well as music. So I get a chance to meditate on something that is important to me is being more spiritual now in my 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s until whenever the Lord calls me home. But just having that as a ritual of healing. And then Zumba. I never really was into Zumba before, but now it's my jam. And I wasn't into it before because I just thought I had to work really hard to lose weight, be healthy. And that wasn't true. Like, I needed that movement to connect with my body, to have balance, to feel good. And it was medicine for me. And now I'm like, I need to go to my Zumba class tonight, even though it is still icy outside. I'm going to try to make it. So, Zumba, and I did a whole 90s playlist, reminded me of my childhood. And when I say childhood, I mean middle school, high school. But I forgot how good music can make me feel. And my husband even was happy that I had done like a whole 30-minute, 40-minute playlist of 90s music. And we felt so good just thinking about what we were thinking about at that time and the dances and the clothes because we were also watching the videos. And I think a lot of times that's lost on us that all movement is good. So we were dancing. I mean, new edition, just saying. Okay. We were dancing, we were having a good time. And I think when you get older, you forget like all kind of movement is good, all kind of music is good. I had just a different touch point of it being healing to me. And even though I did not appreciate Zumba and dance classes before because I also took body jam and really enjoyed it. And it was all pop music. And I got to move my body and feel graceful like a dancer. And I think I really did forget about the different dimensions of wellness and how all of that is healing to our bodies. And we need different things, different seasons, but we need to incorporate that at all times. Not only high intensity. Um, Now that I'm going through perimenopause, I have a boot camp that I go to that I didn't think I would like, and I actually don't like it because it's a lot of burpees. But guess what? I'm not going to do burpees unless somebody makes me do burpees. So that's on the rotation as well. I and I'm glad that now I appreciate the different movements because if I ever get back into group fitness again, I think I will have a different mindset. Before I was like, you can get through anything in 10 seconds and all that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that is true. But I think I have more compassion now for my students that used to like look at me cross-eyed and roll their eyes because now I do that. Like I try not to do that, but I'm definitely that person. I'm the person who's like, oh my God, if this boop boop de boop says burpee one more time, I'm gonna punch myself in the face because why did I sign up for this class? But it does give me energy. I do feel good after I do it because I know that I've done a different workout than what I would have done by myself. I got through it and I made it to another workout. One of the things that we got to make sure that we're doing when it's wintertime is incorporating joy and movement in different ways. So I think that's one thing that I had learned about the different workouts, the different music is you have to incorporate joy in different ways in different seasons. Something I wasn't really mindful about before. And if I was running and jogging and doing the intense bike workouts in the summertime, maybe my body didn't want to do it again in the wintertime. It wanted to do something different. So that was something that in reflecting in my morning reflection that I really can appreciate more now. And I want to say something else about morning reflections. I use a notebook and I also use my phone because you have to capture all the times. You have to capture your ideas and have a way that you can search through at a later time. So the keywords for some of my notes in my phone is podcast ideas, workout ideas, client ideas, things that I can put that I can search easily. Dreams, I journal my dreams and I look back through them so that that way I have a way of not just losing progress that I made on my thoughts and my reflections. And I think that's one thing that with journaling that has switched for me is journaling isn't just, oh, this is what I did today. This is what I learned today. So and so did this and it triggered me. Yes, those things were important, but how I made progress in my reflections of how I thought about myself, how I thought about others, because me changing how I thought about myself was changing how I was thinking about others. Me changing my reflection about myself was changing how I was thinking about matriculating through the winter season. So just seeing how things were connected and that I wasn't this disjointed person. So I hope that's helpful. So food, water, and nourishment during the winter is different for a lot of reasons. Some of the things that are in season during the wintertime is things that we don't get during the summertime. So things like butternut squash, acorn squash, which is really, 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 really good, y'all. It's like you can make it roasted, you could make it savory, you can make it like a cinnamony sweet dessert. There's so many different nutrients that I didn't try until this year, mostly because I thought that I could only eat watermelons or I only needed a cold salad, where it's like, no, now I'm doing the 15 bean soup, I'm doing the roasted squash and beets. Didn't know how much I love roasted beets until I made them myself. So try different produce. There was a library produce giveaway, and usually I'll be like, oh no, I don't want to take resources, but they were giving away I'm sorry, vegetables for free. And they were vegetables that no one really was interested in because they didn't know how to make them. And I picked it up several acorn squash. I love cauliflower, and I usually do use cauliflower because of my son being a vegetarian. I do different recipes with him, and I eat his vegetarian stuff because it's good. So I got cauliflower, I got beets, I got um, acorn squash, and what else did I get? I got some kind of green, and I'm telling you, it was so good, and I did it in different ways than what I would have done before, and it made me realize this is why we have to think of winter and different seasons differently. So if you love winter fruits and vegetables, think about how you can eat different things in different seasons in different ways, and that it will renew your body and your soul differently. You have to drink more water. And on that, I'm going to take a water break. The winter time is not a time to less care drinking water. You have to drink just as much or not, if not more water, because the air in the winter is dry. Also, fun fact, did you know that Oprah drinks a gallon of water to make sure that she's hydrated and that her kidneys are flushed? I'm having kidney issues. I need to make, or not issues, I'm trying to get back in balance. And that's something easy. Drinking enough water, making sure that I'm going to the bathroom throughout the day and not being like, oh, I don't want to drink water because I'm dreading going to the bathroom. It's okay. It's okay to take bathroom breaks every hour and doing what I have to do, because really, when I drink a lot of water, this Starbucks cup is, I believe, 24 ounces. I did this study before. And if I drink four of these, I feel usually good. But truth is, I most likely need six, right? Yeah, I'm going to try to do six today. So making sure that you're drinking your water. I esteem to drink a gallon, and I probably have once or twice. I probably have once or twice a month. Not because I'm trying to think of when I've hit the water, I actually feel good and more energy, taking more bathroom breaks, and I also have a diffuser on. Usually summer, winter, spring, all year. I love my diffuser because I feel the aromatherapy. I love aromatherapy. It helps me. So I'll do a cheerful blend. I'll do orange, lemon, and what's the other one that I like to mix? Grapefruit. My daughter's science got me on rose. It's so like light and refreshing. It's reminds me of rose petals, but not too strong. It's really a nice, refreshing smell. I also like vanilla. There's a cold blend that has like eucalyptus, a few different ones, and I didn't think I would like it, and it really did make me feel like I was breathing this cool, refreshing air. So that's something that you could do as well to boost your mood during the winter time. Um, Making sure that you're eating your protein, the s the things with the soups that I think we don't do enough of is having the different beans that give us fiber and clean everything out because you need to be cleaned out. You're probably full of it. Poop. It's probably full of poop, okay? So you need to make sure you're eating that. That will help you feel way better. Water, fiber, get it. We're not getting enough in the American diet, so just having lentil soup, 15 bean soup. I want to try to make a soup that I tried at a vegetarian restaurant. It was a white bean and kale soup. It was so good. So I think we need to get into different beans, the things that they're really not that expensive, but it does take a little bit of prep time. Like you got to soak the beans the night before, all those good things. But it's like you're worth it. Your body is $1 million body. It's probably worth more than that. But we're not taking that as an initiative to do the extra steps. So please, 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 I'm sending you love. I'm sending you hope and joy. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you're doing all the things you need to do. Even in mild winter weather, dehydration affects your mood. So you just have to make sure that you're on top of that. Reclaiming your space. So I talked a little bit about my office, reclaiming that space to be something that is somewhere where I would want to work and feel productive in and have that high energy. But what I didn't realize when I moved up here is that I was losing my closet prayer room space, and I really enjoyed having that closet. So that's one of my motivations to slowly take that space back to be able to journal in, to meditate and pray in. So, what is the space that you have that you can feel sacred in? It could be a corner, it could be a closet for me where I didn't expect for my daughter's Barbie closet to bring me peace and joy. And it really just having that space that's not a workspace, it's a separate space, right? So not my desk that's behind me, a separate prayer space that I can meditate and feel good about. So winter is not a big project season for me. It's a season where I'm rejuvenating, I'm renewing myself, I'm getting ready for that big work season. It's my connection to myself season, connection to friends and family that I didn't get to really connect with during the summertime because I was in, or in the fall when I was in my high project mode. Three anchors and really dig into this season. Soft mornings, joyful movement, and creating that sacred space that you can always go back to. And remember, if you missed time dreading this season, it's okay. I did too. Look at yourself softly through those rose colored glasses because you were doing the best you can. That's all we could do. So I'm sending you light and love. Love ya. Bye.